Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this year? So welcome to our first all brokerage meeting for 2023. So just a reminder, this is at minimum the one class that you need to attend within your brokerage every single month. So just a little compliance thing to throw out there. But this meeting is where we go through the different happenings in our market center, things that are taking place, but then we're also introducing a new format. We want to make sure that you know your partners, your ALC, your fellow teammates, so they will have each a segment inside of our all family meetings as we go forward. One thing that we always like to start off our meetings with is just a little note of gratitude. So take a few moments. Anybody have any gratitude, any well wishes, or something special that they want to give gratitude to somebody in the market center for? Oh, there.
I'm grateful that I'm here to notice we're not sharing our screen.
Yes, I'm very much to help with all that.
I'm grateful for the accountability group that came out of our FLS meeting. Great group, great department.
Here. To piggyback off that, one thing that I am very grateful for, that accountability group. I've had agents reach out to me who are not a part of KW. And they've seen, they've heard, and some who are, in three-letter brokerages who have joined in on some of those. They have commented on how it is so important and how valuable it is to have a group that gets together on a regular basis. Non-prompted by a brokerage, but this is who we are. This is our family, right? The three words that I say that everybody should do when they come into the brokerage: engage, work, share. You guys are the embodiment of that. And it's spreading, and people want to really just copy and be a part and see what you're doing to be better from it. So I am forever grateful for that. Thank you guys for putting that together. The other word, gratitude. This grateful brunch, and that's all we got.
I got one. I'm grateful to be here in a room with a bunch of professionals who are ready to attack 2023. I think it's very clear that this isn't going to be an easy market. So aligning yourself with motivated, driven professionals is the only way we're going to succeed in this. So excited to be in this room with a bunch of great people.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Can I just say, I love the accountability thing. It really doesn't matter what level you are. Doesn't matter if you're $10 million writer. That accountability is what's going to motivate you to keep you close up and look forward. I think that. And I'm grateful to be here too. This is my third brokerage. It's the one that stuck for me. And it's the culture that I did. It's fun to be here, and I can learn every day if I choose to. So I'm very.
Yeah.
Very much so. Very much so. I think one thing that you mentioned, it's the people who are in the building. I mean, it's this environment. It went from a market center that had 2 teams who were here every single day, only 2 teams at that. It was silent, it was desolate. And now just look around, you have energy, you have people who are helping, who are sharing. I mean, just this day, the fun part of it, William, Mark, and myself laughing to tears in the hallway, but then also I know for a fact that William, Mark, and myself, we've already been on our grind this morning. We've already reached out to clients, and I would almost guarantee that we've each already set appointments as well. So this is the focus that you have, where you can have fun with the people that you work with, but you can also be driven and truly accomplish your goals. So I'm grateful for every person who's inside of this brokerage. How do I? Let's see. So one thing we want to do is congratulate our agents who came into the building and started to get their first listing. So congratulations to the following: Adina, Elon, and Leon. Congratulations to you guys for joining us. You've been all for putting in the hard work and accomplishing and getting your first listing. Truly phenomenal. And with our first closing, so they had their first listing, and also you see Elon and Leon with their first closing since joining the brokerage. Congratulations to you guys. And who would we be if we were not growing, right? There was an old adage that if you're not growing, you're dying, and constantly, you guys have seen every single month, we've added agents in. And not only are we just adding agents, each one of these people have a unique skill set that they bring in. Engage with them, talk to them, and find out whether they have backgrounds in online marketing, they are EMTs, they work with universities, they all bring a different skill set that they bring into this market center. And now your network just expanded from the new agents that we bring in every single month. Just like you, they're diligent, they are hardworking. If you haven't connected with these agents as of yet, reach out, have a conversation with them, invite them to the accountability group, find out what they can offer, because we all can share so much together. Thank you to each of the new family members who joined in and are trusting their business with our legacy family. Thank you all. And then for our cappers, so one big thing about who we are, we love for our agents to get 100% of their commissions. And in December, we had one of our tried and true, Angelo, his cap reset. And I believe he's not here today. And give him his well, and if you see him or reach out to him, give him well wishes. His family is going through a little bit of tough time right now. So to our family member, we want to send our well wishes to him. But I believe it was 1 month that Angelo capped within. So phenomenal month for him. And that just shows you it can be done, and it can be done in 1 month's time. Congratulations. Where's the line? Yep.
Yeah, so we have a bunch of awesome trainings that are happening this month, so we want to help you all get your businesses together and make sure that you're kicking off the year really strong. So actually today at 1 p.m. we have closed 3 million in volume in 3 months. So if you're looking to cap really quickly, this is definitely a great way that you can do it. So just join us, just stay, don't leave, have lunch, and then come back for the 1 o'clock class. Then tomorrow we have our inspections field trip. So Rachel Osland of Lodestar Inspections is going to be doing a field trip at a house in Timonium, where she'll go through and kind of talk to you all about how to talk about inspections with your clients. So what they're looking for, what you need to know, how to have those conversations and set expectations. So if you're interested in doing that, you do have to RSVP so that I can send you the address so that we know who's coming. Then we also have some awesome things for dual career coaching. So and dual career agents. So we have gone through and kind of trying to figure out who all is dual career within the market center. And one of the things that we are finding is there are a lot of dual career agents, but a lot of our events and things happen during the day, right? So what we wanted to do was have a business planning clinic on Thursday night from 5 to 8. So for those of you who work during the day or you can't take off a full day, this is a great opportunity for you. So that's going to be January 19th, which is next week, I believe.
Yeah, January 19th is 16th.
Thursday, yeah. So it'll be here in person only, but if you or somebody you know is a dual career agent who would like to come to that, we definitely recommend joining us for that one. And then this one's actually changing. We're going to be moving the rentals class to February, but we actually are replacing that class. Mark Simone is going to be teaching a class on lead conversion. So he's going to talk about communication strategies. He's going to talk about getting your clients to commit early on and really go into that discussion and those best practices for you all. So rentals is going to be January or February, but Mark's class will be the 24th. And this was actually going to be rescheduled as well. Austin Carroll had a change of schedule, but that's going to be early February. So just to look out for that, that investors class is coming. It's just that Austin had a slight schedule change. So we'd love to see you at all of these things. I'm tracking trainings. I'm trying to see kind of if the trainings are making people more successful. And we're seeing a lot of people in the market center this month, which is really exciting. But we just want to be able to see you all here and taking advantage of this.
Absolutely. We'll tie a couple things together. So Ben mentioned being in a room with a lot of great professionals. With everyone who's in this building, so within the last month, 2 months, raise your hand if you've attended a training inside of this market center. It's the majority of people in this room, right? Jeff kind of made fun of it, like if I choose to go to the training, one thing that I'm grateful for.
I wasn't making fun.
Jeff, sometimes when he's there, he still might not be there until later on. Then ask me a question and everybody left. But something to be truly grateful for. When's the last time you seen our calendar empty? When was the last time there was a training on this calendar that absolutely did not represent anybody's level of business? Be grateful that we have a truly phenomenal coaching and education department that is always putting something of value on this calendar. Take note, take advantage, be a part of these trainings. They will make a difference inside of your business. All right, one big thing that we need to talk about today is compliance. Without further ado, our fabulous broker, Doug Rubin.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yes, we are. For those who don't know me, my name is Doug. I am the broker of record here. And I'm really excited to talk about compliance, you guys. Okay. So not only because I'm a lawyer and I'm contractually obligated to give a crap about compliance, right? Two big things. One, I want you guys to look really, really smart in front of your clients. I want you guys to be the professionals that are dotting every I, crossing every T, and if something goes south, you've protected yourself and you've protected that client, okay? So that's how you build your business. You are the expert, you're gonna get more referrals, you're gonna protect yourself, okay? Plus, I wanna save you guys a few bucks. Talk more loudly.
Yeah.
Okay, is that better? Am I louder now? Am I not at all? I don't know.
Use your outside voice.
Well, I wanna make sure that, something.
Yeah, man. All right, there you go.
All right. Great, I fixed it. That intro was really good. If you guys didn't hear it, I'm really sorry. I'm not repeating it. Oh, so the other piece is that they can, the Maryland Real Estate Commission can go ahead and fine you for like $5,000 if you screw this up. So really trying to protect you from that as well. Okay, so you're gonna sound smarter, you're gonna be better, and you're gonna save yourself some money. So this is why this is important. Okay, so there are a few kind of macro goals that the brokerage has and benefits that you get by affiliating with like a credible brokerage, right? So we're going to get you access to the correct forms. And this may not seem like a big thing. So I'm actually on the state forms committee with the Maryland Association of Realtors, right? And this is where your GBBR dues, this is how you're kind of earning, this is a huge benefit, okay? This is what you're paying for. It would cost, if you had to draft these contracts from scratch, it would cost you tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Meanwhile, we have documents now that have been vetted for decades by lawyers, they've been litigated. Every comma is there for a reason, and if there's something wrong with it, we have a tool in place. Still good, okay. So we're gonna get you the right forms. I'm gonna show you where to find those and make sure you have the right access. We're also gonna do two things about these forms. We're gonna provide oversight and we're gonna provide training, okay? We already talked about training. I teach listing contracts. Julie Wheeler teaches buyer presentations and contracts. We have a whole series of YouTube videos that I'm gonna show you guys. If you have questions about specific contracts, you can jump on there. I can try it
On
too.
and off and on.
I think he turned it off again.
Now we're just using handheld.
All right, okay.
You should be good.
Okay, all right, we're great. I'm not gonna touch this. I'm gonna,
You can.
okay, I can move. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna figure this out. It's beautiful. All right, this isn't weird. Everything's fine. Brandon and I are very close.
Engage, work, and share.
Okay. So let me actually just jump in here and show you some of the things that we're talking about, so it'll make a little bit more sense. So one of the big tools, as you guys know, we have partnered with DocuSign, right? DocuSign is going to be the magical place where you are going to get access to all your forms. I'm going to make sure that you know how to get your forms in there. If there's a form that you don't see or can't find, reach out to me. If there's a new form that needs to be drafted, come to me, we figure this stuff out, okay? We want you to run your business in the way that you need to run it. So here I'm in a room for Barry Buyer, and if I want to find a document, I'm gonna go into, here we have DocuSign forms, okay? I'm just gonna spend a few seconds on DocuSign. This isn't a DocuSign class, but people do ask, where do I get these forms? I can't find a certain form. So just to help you out a little bit. I don't know if you guys are using this groups function up here. This is basically where we can create kind of a template where in common situations, these are going to be the forms that you're going to need, okay? So buyer consultation, if you have a land contract, if you're looking for commonly used county forms, this is where you jump in and find all that stuff, okay? If there's a scenario that you guys are seeing that isn't captured in groups, we can create a new group. If you're looking at if you think that we're missing a land contract document, we can go ahead and slide something in there for you. So this is a tool that's meant to be helpful. Okay, over here in libraries, this is where you're going to find most of your stuff. Okay, so there's three big places where I find almost all of my documents. The big one is going to be the Maryland Association of Realtors Library. Okay, these are the documents that are so important that the state says, we're going to standardize this, everybody's going to use the same form, and we're going to update it over time. Okay, so almost everything is going to be in there. There are a few specialty forms that are more local to Baltimore City and Baltimore County. So I'll spend some time in the GBBR library as well, just to make sure that's kind of the last place that I'll look. And this is where, for instance, you'll find, let's find the very exciting blank addendum that is named something very dumb. There we go. If you're looking for the blank addendum, this is what you're looking for, GBBR amendment/addendum. Now, keep in mind, every time you draft a blank addendum, an angel sheds a tear. It's something you need to be very careful about, okay? As a lawyer, I'm super concerned because this is basically the practice of law. If you do anything remotely complicated, you're probably practicing law, okay? So ask me, ask coaching department. There might be a form that already exists and you don't need to draft a document, right? Or if you're doing something that's at all complicated, we'll hash out some language together, okay? So this is an important tool that we have, just understand, be respectful of this tool, okay? So that's my obligatory unauthorized practice of law disclaimer. Now, the last little place where there are some hidden forms, I don't want to say hidden, but these are ones that we've created for our market center specifically. Okay, so we are market center 960. So this is where you're going to have a couple of important forms that we've drafted for you. Now, this is a required form for every brokerage agreement you're going to have, whether representing buyers or sellers. It's affiliated business agreement. We are partners with First Pitch Title. Keller Williams Legacy has some financial interest. It's a thing that we're just required to disclose. We don't disclose it, we get into trouble, you get into trouble, the brokerage gets into trouble. So this needs to be with it's extremely straightforward. There's nothing fancy to it. The buyers, as you know, get to choose their own title company. This is the one that we recommend because we have a relationship. We know them. I can yell at Bob. There are benefits that we can position, but it's something that needs to be in all of our agreements. And there's a couple. Yeah, go ahead.
Does that have the updated title? I was looking at that yesterday and it had universal, but I didn't see.
So we just need to delete one. There is, for some reason, a second one that used to be deleted and wasn't deleted or was re-added somehow. So there's one in here that I'm deleting later today. This was just brought to my attention that this popped back up. So there's an affiliated business agreement with the First Pitch. That's the one that we need.
Oh, it's not.
So there's going to be one affiliated business agreement. There's currently another one in here that I'm about to delete. That just kind of sat in there.
All right.
But yeah, we can talk about it and we can make sure that we get it right.
I had a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Will they be adding that to the group? I saw that you showed where you have a group for like buyer consultations. Will that be a part of that group? So you don't have to go to two places to get the forms that you need?
Yeah, I believe that it's set up where if you, and we can go into it now, I attempted at least to set it up in a way that it's going to automatically populate when you're creating an envelope. But we'll make sure that it's in the group as well. That's terrific. Thank you for that.
And then add it to that buyer checklist if it's a mandatory requirement.
Yep, we'll do that. Thank you. Okay. So, and speaking of bio checklist, this is, so now we're into command, right? This is the actual document upload and approval and oversight process. This is where compliance, the rubber hits the road. So when you're in documents, you can see, there's basically 1,000 different documents here, some of which are listed as required, some are optional, some are conditional, okay? This is going to be your big checklist. When you're actually going through when you're actually going through and uploading the documents, you can go through here, you see exactly what is required and what might sometimes be required. So like, technically the financing addendum isn't required because it's a cash deal, it's not gonna have that. But you need to make sure that you understand and you become expert enough, or at least try to review the notes that we have in here. So it says, okay, but obviously it is required if you're having financing. Same thing with inspections. It's not required if you waive inspections, but if you have inspections, you need the addendum. So make sure you kind of go through this, and this is kind of your last time, as you're uploading, just make a quick spot check of all the different documents that are listed here. Now, one change to the compliance process is that we are trying to be extremely detailed and extremely efficient with how we get you guys feedback and make sure that you guys are able to respond and make this as seamless as possible, or seamless a process as possible. What that's going to mean is that it's so much easier if each individual document is uploaded into its own little spot here, okay? Now, there's a couple of things that we do to make that easier for you. Well, first of all, let me say why that's important. If I get a phone call from a broker about a blank addendum, a financing addendum, I need to be able to put my hands on that pretty quickly, right? If I need to go into the full thing and go to a 200-page document, I'm not able to provide the service to you guys that I need to provide. The second one, and maybe the most important one from a compliance perspective for you guys, if you just upload a 100-page document, and let's say there's a problem with page 15, 19, and 37, it's really difficult to just make those couple of changes in a huge document. Whereas from a compliance perspective, if you just miss a signature in the general addendum, myself or somebody else can just flag that as missing signature. That's the only document you need to upload. It's so much faster for you, it's better for your clients, and it's going to help keep us in compliance. So I appreciate that that's a little bit of a pain in the butt. I'm not trying to be tone deaf on this issue. So what I did is put together a video actually. There's a pretty cool tool here called Split and Attach PDF, where if you have your whole contract, you click this button and it launches a little application, and you're going to say pages 1 through 11, contract, page 12, general addendum, and it will automatically populate into these places. So you're not dragging and dropping 25 documents, right? We do try to make it easy. And just in case you guys haven't gone through this process before, this section over here definitely confuses people the first time we go through it, right? Your goal, this is like a video game. You want to have a green approved box on all 3 of these sections. So if I'm representing a buyer, Barry buyer in this case, there's the consultation where I have the exclusive right to represent the unit, right? Once that's signed, I have 48 hours to upload that one document. And whatever addenda, if there's a consent to dual agency, something else. You put that up, and then we say approved or not approved, and please make X, Y, and Z changes, okay? So that's your first bit. Then once that's approved, now you're under contract. Great, went under contract immediately because you took the beautiful pictures, did everything you needed to do. You're gonna upload all those pieces, and you're gonna do this as a submit to market center, which I can't see right now because I don't have anything.
It's just because you haven't made a change.
Right. Yeah, that's correct. So every time you get something signed, You get to move on to the next phase, but you need to make sure you submit to Market Center. Now, that's really, really important, guys, and a huge benefit. To have myself or somebody else on our compliance team look over all your documents is a huge benefit. Okay, we're not trying to create more work for you guys. It's very easy to make small mistakes. We're all humans. You've all seen it. I screw stuff up all the time. To have a second set of eyes on it is honestly meant to be a benefit, right? So that's why we're asking you guys to go through this process. We flag all the time, signatures are missing, or there are blanks that are really important. And sometimes it doesn't matter, right? That's the pushback you get. Oh, Doug, it's fine. You're being such a stickler. You know, everybody understands. We have a handshake agreement. I'm in the position where I only see things where stuff is going wrong, right? Like I only see it when something is about to explode or has already exploded. And so many times, like, man, wouldn't it be nice if that was in a written agreement or parties would have actually filled out these blanks and stuff. So we're here to help you guys.
Does the compliance team review before it's sent to the other brokerage or?
Yeah, so that's gonna be, so once everything is, once you have the final executed version, right? I mean, that's why we have a coaching department, is if you have questions about, hey, which addendum do I use? Hey, do you recommend that I do X, Y, or Z? We have people here to talk to you about the strategic portion. For compliance purposes, once you have the final executed contract, that's when it goes up. Yeah, ratified contract, ratified brokerage agreement, or once you have the final signed ALTA. So that's the other thing. This is how you get paid, guys. You need to actually go to this closed section, upload your closing documents, submit that to the Market Center. That's how you get that process started. So let me just show you a couple of things. Have you guys spent any time on this resource page?
Yes.
This is the best thing in our brokerage. I'm in love with this thing so much. Thank you, Melissa. I'm grateful for Melissa for putting this together. This is honestly amazing. A couple of things, and if you don't have
That's
those,
something to be grateful for. That page right there.
yeah, right there. So a couple of things from a compliance perspective that I use all the time. Okay, we talked about giving you guys training on how to use these forms. There's a YouTube channel that has a video on just about every form you're going to use, right? And if there isn't one and you have a form you want one made on, let me know and I will make one for you. Okay, this is something where you can watch a 10-minute video and understand exactly what HOA documents do I need, what's the difference between the disclosure and the disclaimer. Really, really important stuff that we have available for you. Okay. We also have, I've made a separate YouTube playlist for compliance tutorials. So this is going to be, I'm not going to go through it now. This is how you use that split and attach function. So you're going to go to compliance tutorials. The first video is watch Doug split and attach this PDF. And it doesn't take long, and it's a pretty straightforward process. Once you do it the first time, it's super simple. It's also going to go through, I made another video. Let's say you did do something wrong, or there's something missing, or there's a missing signature. The compliance department flags it. You get an email, it gives you instruction on what needs to do. You log back under command, you hit the update button. It's all pretty straightforward, but I'm going to provide it, but I've provided a video as well, so you know exactly what it looks like. So if you get confused, jump on this video and reach out to myself or anybody in leadership, and we'll figure it out for you. The other piece, how to get paid. Okay. The one time I had a closing here, I'm like, Crystal, how do I get paid? She says, watch the darn video. So I go and watch the video. And then I play the video over here, and I have command up over here, and Alana is telling me exactly what to do. And I pause, and I do that thing, and then I hit flag, and then Alana tells me the next thing to do, and it's great. There are hoops that you need to jump through, and it's for the document retention piece. It's to protect you and it's to protect us. But we really are going to try to make this as easy as possible. And if you do have any questions, I promise that we're here for you and we can tweak something or we can be flexible as long as we remain in compliance. Just a couple of things that I wanted to throw out there as we've been reviewing this as a compliance team, going through the contracts. You guys hopefully are aware, back in October of this last year, there were some substantial changes to the contract. The biggest of which, there's a brand new inspections addendum, and there is no longer an as-is addendum. Okay, so if you guys are looking for that, or if you have any questions about that, in the contracts tutorial, I made a new very long video about the new inspections addendum, the new as-is addendum, or the new additional as-is provisions addendum, as well as the new contract. So we're putting resources out there for you. Like I said, I only see things when things are going south, right? So a couple of tips just to keep things a little bit smoother for you guys. Try very hard not to leave blanks in the contract. There's going to be times where your seller isn't sure or you're not sure, and you just leave a blank and everybody signs it, and it usually is fine. Blanks means you're opening up ambiguity. If you're certain that it doesn't apply, put NA. That would just warm my heart so much. It really would, just to not have there be a blank. But honestly, so for instance, the agricultural or environmental fees, right? A lot of people will leave that blank. Well, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it doesn't apply. If you're sure it doesn't apply, put NA. Or if you're not sure, say seller to pay if applicable, or buyer will pay if applicable. Just put something in there, because if it comes up right before closing, that's when things explode. And your client is pissed at you. Why didn't you look into this? Why haven't you explained this? Why wasn't this pre-negotiated? Right? Inclusions, exclusions is another place where people leave blanks all the time, and it does create problems. If you don't expressly say if you have propane heat or gas or electric, the buyer might think it's one thing, it turns out to be something else. The day before closing, the deal falls apart because there was a leased propane tank that nobody disclosed. And sometimes it's just having the extra conversation with your seller. And if they're not sure, you need to help them figure it out. This is important stuff. And then 3 quick things that we see a lot when we're going through the compliance piece. The affiliated business agreement, which I am going to add to our groups, I'm going to add to our checklist. That needs to be with all of the representation agreements. Date of contract acceptance, please don't leave that blank. That is super important. That dictates all of the guidelines, all of the timeframes, okay? So make sure that that's in there and make sure that everybody agrees on what that number is, okay? And finally, if the brokerage is not holding the earnest money deposit, and if your buyer wants a title company to hold it, we need an escrow agreement. Do you guys all know what that is or what that means? Basically, if the brokerage is holding it, you don't have to do anything because the Maryland Brokers Act lays out exactly how the money is going to be held, how's it going to be distributed. It's all built into the law. If you want a title company to hold the earnest money, that's fine. But there has to be an escrow agreement that says who's going to hold it, how they're going to hold it, and how they're going to distribute it. And that document needs to be signed by the title company. I can't just say, Mark Simone is going to hold my earnest money, and I'm going to sign, and the seller buyer's going to sign. Mark's going to be like, I didn't sign anything. Why are you telling? You can't tell me I'm going to hold this money. We need to actually get that third party to sign that document. So that's really important, guys. If it's not there and it's not uploaded, I'm going to flag that and say, please go get the signature, because if you don't have the signature, you're opening up your buyer to a lot of risk. And guess what? Yourself a lot of risk. So it's a technicality, but it's an important step. Yeah.
So that's a separate form.
It is a completely separate form that will be uploaded separately. Yes.
That will be.
No, it's already
It's already there.
it's already in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. For any contract, our compliance team knows if held by a title company and not a brokerage, you have to have this escrow agreement. Sorry, that was super boring. Does anybody have any questions And obviously I'm gonna be here and check out these resources, guys, the contract tutorials, the compliance tutorials, how to get paid. We really try to give you the tools that you need to be successful. And some of it is some of it is confusing. You have to jump through hoops. The contracts aren't perfect, but we try to explain them in a way that will make them user friendly. All right, team, thank you. I'll try-
Our fabulous broker, Doug Group. Yeah, I'm up to it. All, you shouldn't be too loud.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, I forgot how to turn my shit off. How about you not cursing my bed?
All right, so we talked about being grateful, and one thing that I really want to commend, we have a fabulous group of agents who are leaders in our community. And they are here to lead this market center forward. Can I have my ALC members please come to the front of the room, please?
Hold on, my eyes, probably got my picture up
Why not? Why not? So, you know, one thing that we really haven't had a functional ALC in this market center since, you know, the new leadership since we took over. There was a lot of things that holes that we were plugging and just making sure that we had a viable market center that had life in it, that really gave the agent someone and something to lead and move forward for us. And now we have a market center that has a life, it has a pulse, and agents have raised their hand individually, asked me, could they be a part of the next ALC? Are they individually running something? Are they volunteered to do something for this market center? So what our ALC is an agent leadership committee. And they are focused on different agendas through the market center. And what I want to do is introduce each of our ALC members. So first, Lisa Hoover. Lisa, she is running our agent advocacy committee. Please introduce yourself and your committee.
So although he's giving me the mic first, this is actually not how we planned it, so. The agent access is our group, I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna work.
So I'm like, oh.
So my name is Lisa Hoover. A lot of you know me, I probably really don't need this mic because I talk a lot anyway, but with that being said, I'm a member for, my committee is agent advocacy. And then I'm gonna pass the mic along and then I'm gonna tell you what each committee does, okay? Well, the ones on. There you go. Introduce yourself and then pass it on.
Yeah, Kirsten Sitnick, I'm in charge of the command committee. With, you probably know if you take my cousin for it.
Okay. Technology. Where you? Yep.
Yes, we are. So, everyone, I'm Loretta Johnson, and we are in charge of the strategic alliance.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in detail.
I'm also a part of the strategic alliance as well with Ms. Loretta. I'll be able to share what I'm going to contribute to that community.
Yeah, gotta hold it. Check.
Hi, everybody, Stanley Support here.
So I'm about to be an RV
We'll be a part of the Young Professionals, Kenya and I, so you'll be seeing that, we'll get the details about it.
I'm Kenya and I'm with Stanley.
And there's one more member, she's actually not here at the exact moment, but Dawn Pollard is also part of our ALC, and she is.
The hospitality.
Yep.
So I wanted to kind of read to you, Dawn couldn't be here because she's attending a funeral. And so she was torn between coming here and we all said, forget that, we got it, right? So that, so she sent me what she would like me to read, which I'm going to do. Oh, yeah, that's right. Everybody knows that I need to put my glasses. That's where everybody's laughing, right? Okay. Here it is. Okay. So the way the hospitality committee actually came about Don was like really thinking about it is because of the death of Sean and Corey. All right, so the hospitality and welcoming committee of ALC will be a supportive alliance to leadership that will assist with agents becoming acclimated with the market center. We will provide mental and emotional services that will cover a wide range of support for all the agents when needed. We would like to bridge the gap between the agents and leadership, building upon and elevating an open door environment that will continue to grow the legacy family.
So,
So with the technology command committee, I just want to make sure that everybody knows what they're doing in command, but also really can take advantage of it. Because if you really learn how to use command and learn what you're doing, it's going to make you more money and save you a lot of time. So that's really my goal with it, is to just make it accessible and easy for everybody.
With the strategic planning committee, we want to really be a resource. Now, when you become an agent, many of you don't even know how to run the business. You might be salesy, but you really don't understand business operation. Leon and I, we're here to provide you with resources, helping you with operations, really understanding about the things that you have to remember when you close the deal. You need to make sure you take money out for your taxes. Little things like that, that's going to help you with your wealth building.
Yeah, and just connecting the agents in the market center with resources that can teach you about taxes, about credit, how to best leverage your commissions. I think that's very important to us all. So being a part of the Strategic Alliance Committee, we're going to be able to provide you with resources to teach you about all of those things, and I'm excited about it as well for myself. So hopefully, you know, we'll be able to provide value to everybody in the market sector.
Okay, not to them yet. Remember, they gotta go last.
Oh, all right.
Okay. So for the agent advocacy committee, I want you to think by the very definition, advocacy means that you're influencing public policy or people based on your opinion, you know. So as a group, as legacy, as a market center, think about we're one family. Like in a family, you have short people like myself, you have tall people like Stanley, right? And so you may have people that look alike, and then you have some people in the family that don't look alike, but they're still a family. With that being said, there are agents that are solo, there are agents that are with a team, there are agents that are dual career that may be solo and or to be on a team, right? So what we want to be able to do, or what this committee is focused on doing, is making sure we bring everyone's voices to the vision, new ideas. If you have something you want to complain about, I think we do that really well, right, Donna? Yeah. So with that being said, to make sure that we look like what we want to become. We are one family, and so no matter what role you are as a professional real estate agent, we all have something to contribute.
So young professionals, pretty much young professionals will be a platform for professionals to network, gain resources, and also share resources with one another. Yeah, pretty much.
So with our young professionals, not only will we learn, but we're going to learn how to earn through great leadership and collaboration. So we're all going to be able to come together as young professionals and get things done the correct way.
And so one thing I just want to say that we did, and then we're going to end it because I see you looking at me. One of the things that some agents had said to me, what are we doing for Martin Luther King's birthday, right? The holiday that's on Monday. And so I went to Brandon and I said, what are we doing? He says, we're closed, right? I was like, yeah, it's a holiday. He said, so we talked about what it really means. And his birthday should be celebrated in a day of service. And so what Brandon came out.
I'm always recruiting, so I got agents that I'm talking to. Say hello to our markets.
So what Brandon and I came up with is that we know we have Red Day, right? So what we really would like to do is the market center will be open for a little bit of time. We sent it out on the Facebook page. Dawn did that for us. And just come in so that we can kind of talk about what we're going to do for service days throughout the year, not just Red Day. There are a lot of people. Kenya had a coat drive last year, right? We all should be supporting one another, and we should all be giving back to the community, because without any community, we don't work, period.
Right, and I add Lisa to
Yes,
that
ma'am.
point. Please chime into our Facebook page. We're gonna be posting lots of events and tips and things of that nature. If you don't already have it set up as an alert, please set it up so that you'll know right away. And we like what we see. We want to see more of our agents in a location in here, so we're gonna do whatever it takes to get you guys back. Because I believe in creating synergy.
That's a kind of Wednesday thing.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Old man professional world.
And only I'm doing it. So how amazing is that? Agents who are jumping in and they say that, and they see a value and they want to be there. Inside of each committee that they run, if there's something that they talk about that inspires you and you want to be a part of it, talk to them. You can join, you can help them in their facets and their committees. They will need your help, need your support. So just as they mentioned, the first thing that's coming up on Monday, agents are coming here and we're going to talk about our works of service. What better day to do that than on MLK Day, right? So thank you to our fabulous agents. Our market center is going to be ever better because of you guys. Thank you. All right, so just a couple of calendar items to go through for our cappers in the building. So everyone who has reached that milestone, we are holding our next capper club session on January 24th from 1 to 2 p.m. We're going to be talking about different lead gen strategies, and one that is very popular and unique to Keller Williams by itself is 72 Sold. So come have a seat at the table. We will talk about what 72 Sold is and what it can do for your business as well. All right, this gentleman was in the building yesterday and he was fixing this printer that had someone used a letter opener, jammed it in trying to fix the paper jam. We opened up our market center so that use of services are no longer a charge to you on a regular basis. However, these are significant charges to the market center. We want to continue to make sure that we can give things for not necessarily free, but we want to make the services of use for everybody. Just be respectful. If there is something that happens, a machine goes out, reach out to leadership. If it's over the weekend, we understand the inconvenience, but we pay service contracts to try to get these things fixed without having to have true damage to the machines. So just think about your fellow agents, think about the fellow people who are here. When this happened, how many people could not use the printer for a while? It affects everyone else's business. So just be respectful and understand that we are all in this together. Reach out to leadership. We can help fix things when they go wrong. So we have food in the back. We ran over just a little bit. I want to touch base, and I have a call that I have to jump on. So I want to highlight a few people in the building.
Did we talk about the MGM event?
We didn't. If you don't mind wrapping up so I can go to my home.
What? Man. It's good. Oh, I'm talking to Mike? Okay, that's cool. Who will be joining us this coming Tuesday at the MGM for Strive to Thrive? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There's more.
8.5. 9.5. 10.5. Okay, we got a half, so we got 220. Okay, so this coming Tuesday, the 17th, starts at 8:30 a.m. I will be getting there super early with table savers. So far, based on who I'm hearing is going, I think I need 2 tables, I might need 3. It is Kimber McKenty, who is our regional director. She also runs a huge team with her husband in DC. Just powerful person, as well as David Voorhees, who is the executive director over technology labs throughout all of Keller Williams International, is flying in, and the 2 of them are leading a session on specific tactics to thrive and do business in a shifted market, which is what we are in. So if you are looking to hit your goals, please look at your calendar. On our Facebook group, I posted a few times. We can email it out. It is $10. $10. Yes, you have to drive to MGM, but it's a super cool place. Lots of food, lots of restaurants afterwards.
So obviously there's something wrong. That's 1.5.
I think that's for old people.
Mike, you just registered last night. How much you paid?
I paid, it was 10, but it had a little tax, so like
Okay.
11:30.
If right, so there's a little time. That's right.
So it's like 11:30. But yeah.
11:30. All right. Please register. We'll get that out there. If you need information on it and you don't see the Facebook or the email, just come see me or text me. I can text you the link. Hopefully we will see everyone there. And if you register, let me know so I know how many seats to hopefully try to save. Anybody getting there early, come find me so you can help me. Cool. All right. Any questions?
Manja.
Food is back there. Enjoy. For everyone on Zoom, thank you so much. Please join us in person for next month's all workers meeting. Hope to see y'all in person next month. All right, bye everyone.
Thank you.
Bye everyone on Zoom.